Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Kurtzing here with a actual Ultra League battle. I got Bellabolt in the lead, Shadow Samurott, and then Shiny Regidrago as the closer. So I put this team together. Basically, I looked at PvPoke again and looked at some of your top leads, swaps, and closers. I built the Samurott and the Regidrago and figured I'd give it a try. Bellabolt has been doing really, really good. And I figured, let's see how it works, and went on a 4-1 run. So you can see there, Parabolic Charge lands against the Feraligatr. Almost able to Sucker Punch down. Not quite before they get to Hydro. I do let it go as my defense is boosted. And right here, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm like, oh man, that thing's Pangoro there hits pretty hard and gets two moves very quickly. So I do try to surprise them with the Zap Cannon. They don't fall for it. They do shield. And at this point, I'm just going to let the Bellabolt go, Belly Bolt. So they go for a close combat. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I can shield this close combat, and I should be able to take them out with Hydro Cannon. Well, as you see here, just before I get to the Hydro, I'm clicking in it, and they get to another close combat. I figured this would completely one-shot me, but I do manage to hang on by a thin line. So get the Hydro, gets their last shield. I aggressively switch into the Regidrago, and in the back they've got Skeldridge, and so I do go for the Dragon Energy. It's a harder hitting move. It does a lot of damage, but they are at a move. I expected Disarming Voice. However, in my video the other day, I did say that I have been noticing a lot of the Skeldridges running Torch Song, I think that's what it's called, and Shadow Ball. So they maybe are not running Disarming Voice. Gonna go for a Breaking Swipe here, and that takes out the Pangoro, and that's a good game. So close one there, managed to pull it off. Well played there to my opponent. Goodra lead. So I think, like, I'm racking my brain, what does it have? What does it have? I'm like, I'm pretty sure I sort of resist pretty much anything it throws. Vine Whip, sort of resist. Thunder Punch, super resist. Muddy Water, I don't think would do a lot. And I was like, I think it has Aqua Jet now, or I think it's Aqua Jet now. But I was like, you know what? I'll see. I'll just see how it does. And it worked out well. So I do go for Parabolic Charge there. Aqua Tail. They have Aqua Tail, not Aqua Jet. So Aqua Tail, I do shield up. Just figured I'd see what the second move was if they were going to throw it. I know, I think they have Outrage as well. So that Parabolic Charge lands, able to farm down. I'm pretty defense boosted here now. So they bring in a Trevenant, and look at those Sucker Punches just chunking away at the Trevenant. Gonna go for another Parabolic Charge. This will boost my defense even more, and I get a shield. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm able to get to another one. I'm like, they must be assuming that they're just going to farm me down, and they're just trying and trying and trying and trying. And I keep boosting my defense, and I literally almost got to another Parabolic Charge. I think they were like, he's going to farm us down if we don't switch. So now in comes Feraligatr. I do have to watch for Ice Beam from Feraligatr. So I'm going to go for the Breaking Swipe here, hoping for an attack drop, and it doesn't look like I get it. So I switch into the Samurott, and my thought process here was I can take, if it's the Ice Beam, cool. If it's Hydro, cool. I can take either one of those, get to the Hydro here, and this is going to do some damage. It's not like super effective by any means, but I do get their shield. I would have taken them out. And at this point, I'm going to save my shield and let them throw the Hydro Cannon here. My thought process was if they're managing their energy, they probably have an Ice Beam to throw right here. So now I'm going to shield. They have like no health. Sure enough, it is an Ice Beam. So very good shield. able to farm them down there, and then the Chapman had no health either. Bellibolt into Bellibolt. Haven't really played this match too terribly much, so I'm pretty sure both are going to have about the same move, and they switch on me there and make a nice catch onto a Goodra, which I'm like, well, I could stay in. I'm thinking I haven't debuffed them at all, so I don't really want to switch into my Regidrago. Dragon Breaths are going to do a lot. I am boosted, so I'm like, you know what? I'll just stay in, take that Aqua Tail, go for another Parabolic Charge here. I am getting them fairly low. My defense is rising every time I throw a move here. They're into the red, and I decided to shield up. I'm like, what is it that they've got that they do not want me to see? And here I aggressively farm down. I was like, I've got to save some energy. They bring back in their Bellibolt, and I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to keep my shield. And Parabolic Charge doesn't quite take me out, so I'm able to get that Zap Cannon off. Unfortunately, they did boost their defense. Still does a decent amount, and I got the attack drop. So I'm going to bring in Regidrago because it fully resists anything that it's going to throw. They switch into Feraligatr, so again, I'm going to go for the Breaking Swipe here. Looking for the attack drop. I think I got it there. Yes, I did. So I'm pretty sure this is just a Hydro, but it's actually a Crunch. No big deal there. And I switch here. Similar thought process as the previous game. I'm like, get them to burn energy, throwing into my Samurott because I obviously they still have their Billibolt. Let me know if it's Bellibolt or Billibolt. So they still have theirs. Now I do have the advantage here that they are running Sucker Punch like me. So I'm not taking super effective from the fast moves. So their defense did rise. Gonna go for the Hydro Cannon here. And that takes them out because I have no shields. So here, perfect, get them to throw. And then I think I've got enough energy to get to a Breaking Swipe before they get to another move. Take me out. And I think, honestly, I feel like I would survive a Hydro at that range, but obviously if they go for an Ice Beam, I'd be done. That takes them out there. So a good game there. I think this might be the lost. Yes. So Stunfisk. I'm like, oh man, like obviously Samurot's a great answer. But if I switch into Samurott, they're just gonna switch out. So I stay in and I'm like, I know shield saying, well, if they're gonna throw the earthquake, they throw the earthquake. And then I aggressively swap, even though I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna save the energy for later in the game, see if I can one-shot something with a Zap Cannon. They stay in, they do shield. So I decided to shield this up. It is another earthquake. And then they've got a Gyarados in the back. I'm like, oh, I don't even know for sure, like, which I should throw here. And obviously, Bellibolt is going to be more effective, but can't just switch back into that. I do go for the Hydra there. Does a decent amount of damage, actually. They throw a Crunch. And I get taken out just before I get to the Hydro Cannon. Bellibolt comes in, and I decide to go for the Parabolic Charge, looking for a shield, or it'll take out regardless. So it takes them out. They bring back in Stunfisk, and I aggressively switch into my Regidrago. Gonna go for the Dragon Energy here, hoping that they no shield. But this game is not looking very winnable. Dragon Energy lands, does huge damage. I'm going to put up a shield here, fully expecting a Dragon Claw. I honestly don't know how much damage that actually does against the Regidrago. So here I go for a Breaking Swipe. last Pokemon left, hoping to get an attack drop. And I get their shield and the attack drop. And my thought process is only way I even remotely win this game is if I make a catch, make a beautiful catch. However, they just are too far ahead on energy. There's not really anything I can do. Maybe let me know in the comments if you have watched this far. Should I have gone for try another breaking swipe? Because Dragon Energy did not take them out. I did get several more Dragon Breaths. Maybe I make 2 breaking swipes. Maybe the next breaking swipe doesn't quite KO me with that earthquake. I'm like, let me know what you guys think. Anyways, I think this is the last match. Bellibolt into Kingdra. I'd say it's a positive lead. I get to the Parabolic Charge before they get to a move. So the majority of the time, this means I'm not going to shield whatever they throw, especially something like Kingdra, where most people are going to throw an Octazooka. That's what I'm expecting here. They do full send the Outrage, though, so well played by them. I do reach another Parabolic Charge here. The thing gets going, like, it's crazy how defense, like, tanky it just gets. Takes out the Kingdra, and here, their Poison Sting, I think, is doing, like, absolutely nothing. So I'll get to another Parabolic Charge, and now those Poison Stings will do even less. Even less. And then I was like, oh, but I'm letting them farm me down. They're like getting a full farm. Why did I do that? Now this thing that generates energy stupid fast has a bunch of energy. So I bring in Samurott, take the first crunch, throw up a shield here. I'm like, well, if they're going to crunch me and it takes half my health, I better block the next one. Then they switch into Garatina. So I do aggressively answer with Regidrago. And I know shield the first one. I'm like, that was a mistake because now, like, it's always 50-50, right? You don't shield the first one, they throw Shadow Ball. Oh, it does a lot of damage. You shield the first one, they throw Ominous Wind. Now you have no shield, they can Shadow Ball you. So either way, it's a gamble, one way or another. But now I have to shield an Ominous Wind. Go for a Breaking Swipe here. I was yapping too much and don't pay attention to if they've got shields or not. Breaking Swipe would take them out, but they did have a shield. I think I can farm them down. Yeah, I just barely farmed them down. And here I switch right away into my Samurott and go for the Hydro Cannon. This will take out that pesky Drapion. And that is the battles. So if you've made it this far, thank you very much. Very much appreciate you guys watching the videos. Quite a fun team, actually. Pretty neat that I could just kind of pick some top rated ones, throw them together, and they worked. They complemented each other fairly nicely, I would say. I definitely really do like Samurott. It's not ideal stats. Neither is Draco, but fun team. Give it a try if you guys have the candies and Stardust. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.